Hey guys, good morning. It's Chef Jason, your Ace Hardware grilling expert, and we are still in maintenance mode. We're hanging out with the Weber Genesis 2 today, getting ready to talk about these guys, the burner tubes. You know what? It's something you definitely need to inspect. It's something that we need to look at just to make sure you keep your grill running in tip-top shape. Now, I live here in Colorado, tons of cottonwood, and I actually found out why one of my burners just wasn't performing like it should. Now, here's the cool part. You don't need any tools to take these out and inspect them, right? We have a simple tool to help you clean them, but that's it. So I think we will dive in. I'm gonna show you how easy these are to remove, inspect, put back in, fire up the grill, and make sure that you are in tip-top grilling shape. The last time I cleaned the grill, I noticed this burner almost seemed like it was clogged, right? It almost seemed like it had a little bit of something that was just keeping it from performing at its best. So knowing how easy it is, what I'm doing is, if you look back here, the channel kind of angles down and locks. What I did was lifted that up. Now I'm able to twist it, turn it, pull that burner out. But now look at, right down here, you can see we have the igniter. So carefully, I'm gonna pull the igniter off. Right, you can see that right there, you guys. I'm gonna take the igniter off and it just clips on easy. And now I have the burner out, but check this out. Can you see that right in here? Let me get this up close and personal. See all that dust? See all that debris? And you can definitely see my air vents are clogged a little bit, right? So I noticed just through, Colorado's got a lot of cottonwood trees. I noticed we were having a little bit of breathing issues here. So what we're gonna do is, we'll take this back over to the table. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna clean this guy up real quick, get it back in tip-top shape, but I'm gonna repeat this process now for all of my burners because I wanna make sure that everything in my grill is running as it's supposed to. So again, look how quick and easy that is. Pull off that igniter carefully, right? All this does is clips right on. You want to make sure that igniter and that one are all set to go. If you look carefully right here, right, you can see, let me get that up a little closer. You can see in that vent hole, we've got that clogged up a little bit, right? There's definitely some dust and debris, and this is where the air comes in, and this is what's gonna help with your performance of your burner. So carefully, I'm gonna go through here with my brush, right? And I'm just using a wire brush and I'm carefully just going to scrape those guys away. And I'm gonna do all three of them, but look at that, look at it again. I'm just carefully going in there. Now, let's see if you can see that. See how we cleaned it up even better? Now we don't have that dust and debris on there. So we'll go ahead and flip these guys over and we're gonna repeat the same process for the second side. You can see again, even on this one here, look at that little bit of clog we've got. Totally coming from all of the pollen and all of the stuff in the air. Like I said, we've got a million of those cottonwood trees. So I'm just gonna brush these guys out and get them all set. Now, listen, I'm also gonna shake this guy a little bit. Listen. Because I wanna see if anything is in there, right? I wanna make sure I didn't have any dirty gas, or maybe when I was brushing this before that I didn't get anything in there. Now that I don't hear it, guess what? I'm gonna go through the top here and give this guy a little brush and get that burner all set. Look at that, right? Pretty good, nice and solid. And then again, we're gonna flip it on its side and I'm gonna do the same thing on its side. Now, I don't spray degreaser on these. I am not a chemical guy. I don't like chemicals in my grills. What I'm gonna do is get a damp towel. We'll come through next after we finish all of these burners, right? We'll get the tops and the sides. I'm gonna come through with a damp towel and get these guys cleaned up so we can get them back in the grill. And I don't know, we wanna get cooking today, so we're ready to get cooking. Time to get these guys shined up now. And what I did was I have a damp rag, no detergent, no chemicals, no degreasers. All I'm trying to do is just get these guys cleaned up, right? And I wanna go through the top and get that cleaned up. I wanna get as much gook off the side. Gook is a technical cooking term. It means, gook. But I wanna get this all cleaned up, right? For the most part. Now, careful, again, super careful, but I wanna go over that screen. Give that guy just a light cleaning and make sure it is all clean. But look at that, I'll tell you, huge difference, right? From what we saw in the beginning. Now we are cleaned and set and ready to go. Then I'm gonna check into the orifice where it fits onto the gas make sure that there's nothing in there. And I'll even take a look down there into the burner to make sure we are dialed in. Now, I'll repeat this process on all the rest of the burners, and I will see you back at the grill when it's time to reassemble, test fire, and get this guy back up and running. One of the things to remember when putting the igniter back on is, see the two little holes right here? There's two corresponding little bumps on each side of the igniter, and those are gonna fit right into that hole, right? Kind of a snug little snap fit. I'll make sure I do that, but listen, you can hear it click. So we are good to go. Now, carefully, what I do is guide that back in, make sure that it is seated properly on the gas connection, right? And you'll see it fit in there just fine. And then once I get it in, I will push down in the back, make sure it's in its slot, and get it all set and ready to go. Then we'll do the same thing for the next guy. So we'll go ahead. I always like to kind of just hold it out just a tad, make sure that I get that igniter on there. Sometimes too, look at this igniter doesn't come out as far. So what I'll actually do is get that in just a little bit so I can get that igniter set where it needs to go. And then once again, I listen for the snap, and there should be two of them. 1, 2, and then carefully get that dialed in and connected to the gas, and then push it down in there, make sure it's all set and ready to go. That's super easy, right? That's not a hard task to do at all, and that's definitely a very important part of grill maintenance. So now let's go ahead and get these guys fired up, get them a test fire, make sure everything flows good. Time to test fire this. Now, don't freak out if the first time you start it, the gas flow is very, very slow. What we're trying to do now is, you know, we disconnected it from that gas connection, so I'll actually turn it on for just a second, let it kind of fill that tube, and then give it a test fire, and look at that. That is beautiful. Now, you can see some of those orange flames just burning a little bit of that dust off or debris that we have inside the burner, but we'll go ahead and move over to this guy. That fires up. We'll go ahead and check the sear station. Perfect. And we'll check the last burner. That is solid, you guys. That's exactly what we're looking for, right? All those burners are operating perfectly, and I'll leave them on now, let them burn off for about 5 minutes. Today's care and maintenance tips, you can head down below in the description section, click print and follow along. We've got a nice little care and maintenance tip sheet for you today on those burners. And then while you're down there, don't forget to leave your comments. Tell us, what did you like? What would you like to see? And definitely, how can we be more helpful? Then don't forget to subscribe to the Ace Hardware YouTube channel. Let everyone you know about this channel. We've got some cool content as always, and even more coming up to keep you at your maximum grilling performance in your backyard. And then don't forget, now we always say we would never leave you hanging, and we wouldn't. So we showed you burner cleaning today, right? Gave you a chance to see how we clean those burners. We've got a couple other care and maintenance videos coming up to show you annual maintenance, what you need to look at every year to kind of make sure your grill is set to go, and then also that deep clean, because you saw we had a little bit of burned melted cheese in there, and we had some stuff we needed to clean out. So now we've got those videos coming up that'll help you really go from top to bottom and get your grill set and ready to go. I'm Chef Jason Morse. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today here in Grilling Stadium. We will see you soon at your local Ace Hardware.